Okay. Hi all, it's what are we? Wednesday in Australia. It's probably nearly 10 past 1 in the afternoon, so I think that's evening in America. So I'll wait till some more people join. I can see Lady Mertens. Hello. Okay, so what I'm going to do is when I videotape these feeds, I'm going to put them on a YouTube channel I made. So the little bits of spiritual inspiration I share, and you know, my own experiences I can share on there, and people can re-watch them later. So I mean, if you get a reading on there and if you're like me and you've forgotten what it is, then of course you can go back and re-listen to it. Plus my children don't follow me on here, so it gives them a chance to see their mum, you know, in her psychic mode. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so hopefully more people join us, Lady Merton, or it will just be you and me. Okay, so I'll share the link for the YouTube channel, like after I do a session. I'll post it on there, and then I'll post that link under, you know, my recap so that people can see it, because I've noticed that they do or says they replay them for up to 90 days, but personally I haven't seen any, so I'm not sure where to look for that. Okay, so I just want to talk about I don't know if people know about Dolores Cannon, Big T Sky 8. How you going, love? Thanks for joining. I love Dolores Cannon and resonate with her consciousness, and it's funny because she reminds me of my grandmother who's now passed. So anyone that wants to check out her information, what she's about, her daughter continues to share her work, so that's something I'd look into. Also Laurie Ladd, I don't know if people know about her, but everything she seems to be saying is picking up what I get, like, you know, like a day or two after what I'm feeling. She's coming up with answers for how I'm feeling. And for example, the other day she was talking about, okay, Beatty 826, g'day Beatty, how you going? Or Baddie I should say. Yeah, so the other day she's talking about, at the moment, with the new, how you going, Frogs times 4. Yeah, so the other day she was talking about how, you know, of course we've now gone into this 5th dimensional shift, and that our physical bodies are making the transition to that. But what I started to notice was that I was getting a lot of, you know, and being an empath and a medium, and you know, I pick up other people, and doesn't matter where they are in the country, sort of thing. When people pass over, often I pick up how they've passed in terms of pain. If I'm picking up someone that I'm going to be doing healing with or working with, I'll pick up their physical or mental state. But all of a sudden I'm sort of like picking up like what I felt like were bites. And, you know, I'm aware of what negative energies can do on the other side. And, of course, the higher you go, the more they try and pull you down in terms of energy. You know, if they don't want you to help people, they'll try and interfere. I mean, I've had times when I've literally said, you might be able to affect my body, but you're not getting my soul, sort of thing. So, you know, it can be that extreme at times. But anyway, she's talking about feeling bites. And what she said today, which I only just noticed on one of her videos, was our bodies at the moment are flickering in and out of past lives, and we're clearing, I suppose you would say, on, you know, like cellular level, certain traumatic memories. So when I have sat there, and because I never know where what I'm getting comes from, you know, in that moment specifically, I just sort of sit with it, and, you know, they could be excruciating pains, but I just sit with it, and, you know, I mean, as the sort of person I am, you never know how your own health is going, because you pick up so much stuff that, you know, you can't possibly know how your own body's going. But anyway, so I did notice I was getting like bite feelings, and I just thought, now is there a negative energy attacking me or what, you know? Anyway, so what she had said was that these cellular memories are going to start clearing, and so therefore you'll start feeling different physiological painful symptoms, which are not to be, unless you have a specific medical condition, are not to be worried about, because this is our body coming in and out of this old versus the new dimensional energy. So for me, I thought that's fabulous, because I'm like, hello, do I have fleas? Is there a negative energy trying to annoy the crap out of me? I don't know, but according to her, that's what it is. So I thought, well, I'm getting that already. So I was actually really happy to hear that. Okay. So, I also want to sort of talk about, when you have a card reading by somebody, what I tell my clients is the most important thing is what you feel yourself when you're having it. Like, we all have our own guides and angels, past loved ones, you name it, they're there, sort of thing. So we have our own little spiritual army, if you like. And, of course, at times they're wanting us to get something they're trying to tell us, and if we're not getting it and we do go to someone to have a reading, it's really more for clarification, in my opinion, and that's why I prefer to do readings that are in the moment, because doing that you're pushing past whatever it is that's holding you back, and that's what it's all about, just continually moving forward. So of course we also have free will and choice, so, and others have free will as well. So like if soul A and B are meant to meet, whatever happens, if one soul's on the path and the other one decides no through free will, then that affects the first soul. So there's a lot of things at play, and in a lot of cases, when we're waiting for something specific to happen, everybody in that circle has to be lined up, so that the overall outcome is for the greatest benefit of all. So that's another thing I'm very conscious of as well. So of course the readings give us a future possibility. Sometimes it gives us a heads up so we're not shocked about a situation, and then on the other hand, sometimes, say for example if someone's going to pass, which has happened to me, although when it's family, I've gotten dream messages as well, but had no idea because it was just out of the blue, so no, that doesn't make sense. Sometimes we're not meant to be told prior to the incident because it will actually interfere with the lesson in that moment, So in all matters, the power is with you, and I believe that whatever you resonate with, you'll know as you walk away, and if the angels want you to remember something, it'll pop into your head at the right time. So and because I've had such a difficult life, I was always searching, not listening to my own guidance. And in that, really you have to go through the soul growth yourself. You can't have someone else do it for you. So it's all very well to get answers, but the task is to move through these things. Hi Sharon. How you going? Last night I think I'm starting to tune into people, and I was picking up all sorts of energies and people and whatnot. So, and when you get a whole download like that, literally as a psychic, you just wake up with a headache. Because it's like you get mail, but you haven't answered it all because you're just not sure who it's for. Okay, so what else did I want to talk about? And in terms of our life choices for the soul growth, etc., the moment we learn the lesson, then we move out of that situation and we move on to the next one. So now it only took me I'm 55 in May. It only took me probably a few years ago, that long to realise that when there's something there, it's trying to teach me something or show me something, and now instead of reacting, because as humans we react, I think, there's something in this. What is it trying to tell me? In my younger years, I've always been quite a stubborn person, and in my younger years I would get direct channeling, and you'd think, and after a while it was just like, I feel like a puppet, and one example, one day I was told, I was just about to go out and get the car and go somewhere, and I was getting told, no, go out the back, and I thought, I don't want to go out the back. No, go out the back, and I'm like, no, so I go get in my car doesn't start up, doesn't work, and I'm like, fine, I'll go out the back. So I go out the back, and here is my 2 little dogs at the time running around with a chop in their mouth with rat poison pushed into it. So here's me thinking, oh my God, if I had ignored that, they hadn't stopped my car and I'd gone off wherever, my little poodles, well, they weren't poodles, my little dogs would have been dead. So here's me chasing them around the backyard, getting these chops and this rat poison out of their mouths. Also at the time I had like I think a 1-year-old, and she'd picked up a bone and they'd pushed some into a bone, like hollowed it out. So, you do have to listen. I learned very quickly that I don't get something for nothing, so that, I thought that was a little interesting story. Now, what else? Also, yesterday I did a hands-on healing on a beautiful girl or lady, and what I've noticed, well, what I ask anyone, when you go to a person for healing, and I've done that for the last 20 odd, basically, I think about 5 years ago, the healer I had been going to for 10 years, I rang up to book in a healing session because I knew that prior to that, if I did not have someone that could help pushing me up or push me up in my energy, I didn't want to stay stagnant, I wanted to keep learning and keep moving the energy up. So it's one step forward, 2 steps back type thing, because my path hasn't been easy. People think you come out of having a healing all sunshine and light. I have to say most people coming to me have done that, but that wasn't my experience. So, I rang him for a booking and he said, they're telling me, Robyn, that you do realise you're a powerful healer. And I thought, yeah. So, in other words, it was no, heal yourself. And I thought, oh, fine. So, yesterday when I did this healing on this woman, I was guided to tell her, to self-actualise. As much as I was shifting negative material from her body, I wanted her to participate in that also, because she has a lot of toxic energy that needs clearing over a lifetime. But to self-visualise and to imagine clearing it from whatever organ or wherever it is something that, we heal ourselves through our connection to source. And people like me just help push the muck out the way, if you like. So, as well as going to someone, you still have to work on yourself, because the growth is your own. So I thought that was a really important comment. Also, on these sort of feeds, regards to what content I share, people leave comments like after this is posted, because when I do record this, it doesn't give me the verbal stuff after. So leave comments about the type of things you want me to share and discuss. And when I start putting on the YouTube videos, I can make YouTube videos with that sort of content. What else? Whether it's psychic experiences you've had, paranormal experiences that you're not sure about, or whatever. Because like I said, I'm coming up to 55, but even when I was a child, it was sort of like not talked about. I know my grandmother was psychic. My mother is to a degree, but was very closed about it. And I can remember my granny from England telling me about her aunties. So this would be, oh God, we're talking probably 200 years ago, being mediums and, standing on tables and doing all sorts of things, which I thought was hilarious. I don't think I could even get on a table. So if you do that, that'll give me a direction for some of this content. And if you want to email me, which is ladybirds, LADYBIRDZ 555 @hotmail.com, or send a message to my tarot page, and I do face-to-face or over Facebook video. I do actual bookings for readings, and they usually last about an hour, and that's Tarot Psychic Medium Answers for You on Facebook. So they were just some of the things I sort of wanted to discuss with you first. So is there anybody out there who'd like to, hey Zara, Now, I've just been gabbing on, so I haven't really been looking at these little who's joining. So if people want to start putting, can you pull a card for me or do a reading for me, then I can start doing some readings. So anybody, just, you know, give me a thumbs up or you'd like a card pulled. Ready and waiting, folks. Who would like a card read or a reading? James. Hello, James. Come on, don't be shy. I've got 4 packs I'm working with today. I had a lovely time last time. While we're waiting, pull out an inspiration card for today, for everybody. Okay, anybody wants a reading, just put in the comments, yes please. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. I mean, of course you have to speak English. Okay, so the card I've just been told to pull out for the inspiration card is think thoughts that are in spirit. So when you think thoughts that are in spirit, they reflect a vibrational alignment that moves you in the right direction. But if you begin observing your thoughts and realise that you're going in the wrong direction, you can, with conscious effort, make a U-turn with new thoughts. And amen to that. Like, you can always redirect yourself if you find and at the moment that is something that is happening. People are finding that now we've transcended into a more authentic, energetic stream, if you like, that what they were doing, if it isn't their path, they're being redirected. And redirection is, you know, you lose a job or you get sick. I mean, I had a friend that, you know, was in a job that she wasn't sort of meant to be in that direction, so she has a heart attack, leaves her job, tells them, you know, where to shove it. And I said to her at the time, you know, well, obviously that job caused a lot of stress, given her health, that wasn't good for her, so she's been redirected. So, you know, this is happening for everybody. When you go for something and you don't get it, don't treat it like it's shameful, you know, because if you're meant to get something, you will get something, you know, absolutely. And anything that you're not meant to have will fall away. So as much as it can be disappointing in the moment, I mean, you know, when you feel like you're a victim and you're in that mentality, which is really the old energy, then you can feel like that. And, you know, I've been there many years of my life, you know. But now I know that you don't have to fight for something that's meant to be yours. You've got to put in action, but you don't have to fight for it. And, you know, that's just amazing, you know. I sort of, when I left school, I left in year 10 because in Australia at that time, you know, we only had to go to year 10, leave school, you know, do some sort of short course on something. I did secretarial studies, and, you know, by the time I was 17, I was in a job as a secretary, and, you know, I really didn't like my job, but at the time the consciousness was, you know, my father was, don't be an educated bum, and that was really the consciousness of his generation, you know, because they came from the Depression and whatever. So education, and I've always been interested in art and that sort of thing, but I never had the confidence to do university. It wasn't expected, you know. These days, like when my kids went through, I didn't force them. I was actually surprised they did it, but you know, I thought it was amazing because although monkey see, monkey do, and I was always studying while they were young, because I did all the study later, you know, when the children got a bit older. So, you know, I did a few years at the school voluntary with literacy training, and then I decided, well, time for me, so I, you know, do some art study, then I got into children's services, and then eventually did a Bachelor of Psychology. As well, you know, this is on top of having the psychic experience, and in the beginning for me it was more searching for peace of mind and health in that regard, and bringing up things that, you know, like traumas. Yeah, so what's this? Okay, who would like a reading? If anyone would like a reading, just put a yes please and I can pull some cards for you. Yeah, so anyway, so that's my story. So basically that's what got me on the path, you know, having ghosty experiences, which, like I said, if people want to talk about paranormal stuff, then, you know, I've got a Mustafdinih here, and I think he's wanting to be a bit rude. Anyway, alright, so okay, I'm going to do a reading for, what's the lady's name? Jackie. Okay, here's a reading for Jackie. Okay, so Jackie, the first one I'm getting is Page of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Page of Wands, Seven of Cups, and the Sun. So it seems that there's been some sort of new job, or something that's bringing in money, something new. There's, at the moment, this person's walking away from a tumultuous life. She's protected by spirit, like her spiritual family. There's been arguments, things haven't been okay, but she's walking away from that now. She's moving forward, and I still feel like there's some sort of new job here. Now, the Seven of Cups talks about a prayer that she has for something that's heartfelt, and the Sun is all things good, so bright, happy. That's the Sun. So Jackie, so whatever it is you've walked away from, there is a new job or new beginning, something that you have a heartfelt wish for at the moment is what you're sort of concentrating on. But the Sun to me means that you'll probably get that. That's hope and all the good feelings, you know, all the positive emotions. So that looks to me that you'll actually get that. All right. Okay, David. Okay, so this reading's for David. Now, I've got the Emperor, Four of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Fool. So what this is the Emperor means to take charge of the situation. So you take back your power, you have a keen eye, the world is in your grasp, you're having different ways of thinking come in. So, you know, like you may have had feelings and thoughts that you know, run a certain path. All of a sudden you can have changes in how you think, but you need to take charge of this situation yourself. Now, there's something new coming up, so this is for David. You might feel a bit silly about it. It's something new you haven't tried before, but it'll bring growth and light at the end of the tunnel. So it's not a bad thing. Now, the King of Swords is either a male or it could be a professional male. It could be a lawyer, a psychologist, a bank manager, but it's definitely, in some situation, you want balance. You want, you know, the scales turned to your side, basically. Now, the Ten of Pentacles is the happy family card. So this shows a happy family, you know, all together, life's good, and you have money and means. Also, the last one here is talking about taking a break. So this is saying that, so whatever's been going on, you know, there could be some legal matters surrounding it. You're trying something new, you've got to take charge of this matter, but it's also saying that this may leave you drained. If this is not actually some sort of operation, because that can also represent that, it's a time of like a retreat or looking after yourself, like resting after something that's come up. So let's just have a look here. So look after yourself. Now, who here? Zara, would you like a reading? Okay. And as far as readings go, I can also pull cards as well. Now that's 3 there. What's that mean? Okay. Alright, so that was for David. Now, Christine, I'm getting told to pull a chakra card for you. Okay, so abundance, soulmate, and complacency. Okay, so abundance. Okay, so abundance means money's coming. Maybe someone around you actually that's concerned, but don't be concerned, it is coming. Soulmate, okay, right at this time, this soulmate is coming to you. At the moment, because this energy has shifted, people are now more in alignment with basically their true selves, and people are matching up more and more with basically their other half. I mean, a soulmate can actually be not just a partner, it can be a child, it can be a friend. They're part of the same soul group. A twin soul is basically supposed to be the other end of your soul. So this is talking about a soulmate. So this could be not a partner, if I take it literally. It could actually be someone around you who's your soulmate. And complacency. Don't be complacent in if there's something going on at the moment. Really put your energy into action. Don't just sit back, because when we sit back we miss opportunities, and I've done that many times, and usually through fear and feeling that you're not good enough, etc. So don't be complacent. You put that whatever it is into action that you're thinking about doing, and whatever it is will bring abundance. Okay, so Helen, this is for you. Music. Okay, so Helen, this is for you. Music. Your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. Music is fantastic for healing. Movement is fantastic for healing. When you move the body, you move your mind. So, if people are depressed or, have problems with manifesting the next stage, whatever they desire, and whatever that is, music and movement help to bring it in faster. And a lot of cultures know that intrinsically, and that's why music is a huge part of their culture. Okay, and it is also beneficial for others. There are lots of angels that work with sound and music. Sound healing is a thing. Sound therapy. I noticed that I used to find that when I used to go to my children's music, shows or any sort of live music, I personally was aware of angels present, so that's a wonderful thing. Okay, hang on, moving here. Alright, now I'm getting a message to do a reading for Eileen. Just pop that there. Okay, so Eileen, I have the 3 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and the 9 of Wands. Okay, so what that talks about is there's some sort of offer, and like Wands I see as a work situation. So there's some sort of offer, but you're not sure if you want to take it. Okay, so it's been very tumultuous and things have been difficult. There's some sort of hurdle coming up, but once you're over that, it's plain sailing. Now, in terms of this job situation, money in, money out, you're wanting things more authentic. I suppose you could say you're sick of the crap. At work, there are people talking to you, whether it's at home or whether this is in a work situation, but you're not really wanting to invest in it. It's quite frankly annoying. So just let that pass over, and there's some sort of regret over some action or something someone had said that might not have been true. There was some sort of reaction, and this person's fled and doesn't want to know about it. So just know that it wasn't necessarily true. Okay, so don't forget, folks, if you want a card pulled, put a thumbs up. I'm being guided here as per who to read for. And what this also means is that when people see the recording later, because I was guided to do this hour, the other day, to do it today. So what happens is wherever this video is shown, the people that are meant to see what I share will see it at the right time. So it's like, and this is how I used to be guided for, healing work, etc. I'd be given, get Shrek, hey twin, how you going, love? Would you like a card pulled for you? Say yes if you'd like one. So whoever sees it, whenever they're meant to see it, it's a message, and in your gut when something is for you. So, okay. All right, so this is for Elizabeth. I actually have an Elizabeth in mind, but okay. Sue Woo, absolutely, love. I'll just do this one first, then I'll do your card. All right, so Elizabeth. Now, the message for you, darling, is you've come to the end of a cycle. So this is, more often than not, a cycle can be a karmic thing. So, whatever this karmic thing is, you're at the end of it. Things are in balance. The things you used to think, or the walls that you put up to protect yourself, will come down. But that's okay, because when that happens, that gives us time to heal and to choose better ways. Like, as humans, we react, we build up walls to protect ourselves because we don't like to feel hurt. And when they don't serve us any longer, it is okay for them to come down. We feel vulnerable in that moment, but when they come down, we then can choose more health affirming ways to heal ourselves and our soul, because our soul is so important. Okay, so end of a cycle, new ways of thinking, walls are coming down. Eight of Pentacles means a new traineeship or something new, which will bring in money. And Temperance is basically marrying your psychic side and your psychological side together and bringing in a harmonic balance. So harmony, So if it's for who I think it is, it looks great. So the worst of it's finished. You're going to have new ways of thinking. There could be some new study coming up or a new job, and just to be more harmonious in the way you think and marry that with your psychic, guidance. So there you go. Okay, so we've got Sue Woo. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, love, but let's have a look. Actually, I think there's someone here for you too, because I can feel someone here. I don't know if it's a father, but there's someone here for you. Okay, so Sue Woo. This is for you. So there's something that you have a heartfelt wish about, right? And this is saying you're going to get it. So whatever this thing is, it's saying, and don't think about it too hard, because God knows what's in your heart of hearts, right? So the thing is, whatever comes into your mind immediately is what they're saying you're going to get. Now, the Strength card shows that you've been, you've had some struggle with something or someone. You've gained control over that, but it hasn't been easy. You're also now being asked to choose. You've taken on too much, and whether that's debt or whether that's jobs or whether that's whatever, or, putting your energy in too many different paths. This is saying to choose, because, and I used to get this as well, because if you're trying to do too many things, then it lessens the power you could put into one thing, So where you might not succeed at, 10 different jobs, you'll really succeed at one job. So this is saying go for it, but choose. New beginning as in a new job or some business, this here. So that's a pentacle. Pentacles are money. So we're talking about the beginnings of something, a new job or a new business. So this business or job, there's going to be a lot of work, could be a traineeship even, so lots of work to be done there, but that's fine. And whatever job situation you're in, you're getting told by your peers that you've done a fantastic job, so they're all saying great job. And there's a Knight of Cups, so there's a male around you, or I don't know if it's you or if Suwu is a female name, but there's a male around you, and he could be romantic, loving, I'd say a love interest. Okay, so that was for you, doll. Now, who's next here? Okay. User 962009442. Give me a name, babe. But you know who you are. Okay, so I'll do one for you. Oh, good. Excellent, love. Good. Okay, so now that big long number, this one's for you. Okay, so we have some sort of gift of money. So whether it's, you've inherited something, or somebody's helped you out, or there's money that's come from somewhere that you weren't expecting. So this is talking about some sort of money, a gift of money that you didn't know where it come from. Nine of Pentacles means, your home situation, or you feel that you have what you need, you're quite happy, you're not really going without. Now the Six of Swords means you're moving away from tumultuous sort of energy, things haven't been great, but you fought your battles, you're standing protected in your spiritual garb, which is purple cloak, which means protection. So you're moving to much better, calmer waters. Now the Death card coming up isn't necessarily obviously a death. What that means is, if you look at the picture, there's like it's a bit dark and bleak at the bottom, but at the top you've got like a bright green lush future. So something is ending, so something has ended, so you've moved away from, so whether this is a relationship, you could have even had a payout. Okay, so there's the woman, Queen of Pentacles, so if that's you, generous, loving woman, which is great, or there's someone around you like that. Now the Three of Swords talks about, it's sort of like if you're the one in the bath, it means that whatever's hurt you is going to come out. Once that comes out, it can be healed. Which, if there is some sort of ending to something, I mean, we all grieve, that's normal psychology to, be depressed or grieve about something after the fact, so that's quite normal. And if you find yourself in a state where it's too much, I mean, I've been divorced and I think it took me 6 years to stop crying, and I chose to leave because I didn't want to be with an alcoholic, so whatever. And then the last card here is the Three of Pentacles. So after all of this, there's going to be some sort of job offer, so you will have a few choices. So if you're moving out of a bit of a tricky situation, know that you're going to be okay, and there's going to be some job offers on the horizon. Now I'll take a reading to 6 Strings Sludge. Okay, this is for you, love. Okay, so, Chris. Hello, Chris. Oh, yeah, love to you too. Insert all these numbers here. 962009442. God bless you. Okay, so back to Chris. Alright, so this shows the Justice card. So there could be something legal that's just happened. Then we've got the Four of Pentacles. And whether that's legal that's just happened, it could also mean you're wanting justice, things aren't black and white, you know, or you're wanting to get on, you know, to a lawyer about some matter. Now the next card's the Four of Pentacles, so it shows a job situation. And I read this, when I see this, that somebody's working with another person who's not sharing, and meaning they're holding everything to themselves. They're not being fair, if you like, in that work environment. Okay. The next card is the King of Cups. So this is a male who could be romantic and artistic, but you know, to me, I think of love in that situation. Now the next card is the Ace of Swords, so complete new way of thinking is going to be ushered in. So this person, Chris, you're wearing your battle armour, so you're ready for the fight, if you like. And you know, I think with this, in a lot of cases, when you have a different outlook on things, when you're with people that you know, the way you behave serves their purpose, when you start sticking up for yourself and things change, they don't like it. So this is sort of, I feel, what's happened here. It's like you have more esteem, a new way of thinking for yourself, new ideas, you want, you know, what you want, and you know, it's going to be a bit of a battle, but you're ready for it. No problems with that. There's a Knight of Pentacles here also. So I suppose in this reading, there's a Knight of Cups and then there's a Knight of Pentacles. Now the Knight of Pentacles is more grounded. He is someone who's probably more interested in, you know, natural things, less, well, the other one was more artsy-fartsy, romantic-y. This one's more grounded. So there's two males there. Now there's the Eight of Swords, which is your guardian angels, etc., have watched down, they've protected you from all this muck coming up to greet you. And when I say muck, we're talking about negative experiences, negative people, whatever. But he's also looking at you now saying, you know, get your shiz together and I suppose choose, you know, like you need to choose what the next step is, which is interesting because that's followed by the Lovers card, which basically talks about a choice. So whether it's a choice in work or by, I mean, just looking at this spread, it could be the choice of these two males. But just be careful when you choose, because in this story, in this card pack, you know, he has to choose one goddess out of three and the two go off and plot against him. So, but basically it talks about having a choice in, and I just sort of think it might be in a romantic situation in regards to this, given that there's the two males. I've just been told to pull one of these cards for you. Okay, so I've just been guided to pull this card for you, which is career change. So it's saying you're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and deserve. So that's fantastic. Okay, love, well, I hope that, you know, resonates on some level and it gives you a little bit of food for thought. Okay, let's have a look. I saw another one here somewhere. Cool. Oh, now Puds, I think your name was Josh, wasn't it? Okay, actually I was only thinking of you. Okay, alright, I'll pull up a card for you, darling. Alright, well, I've just pulled up the Destiny card. So this is the Destiny card. So what is it that you're wanting to do with your life? Think about it. This is saying take one corrective step. So listen to your inner voice and promise that you'll take positive action where you need to. If you've been addicted to a harmful substance, to overeating, or even to being a doormat, old days, listen to the voice within that begs you to be big rather than small and take one corrective step. And I suppose, like everything, as we move up the energetic ladder at this point in time, because we're being aligned to what we're here for, our path, like for myself, for example, sexual abuse as a child, rapes when I was a young woman, domestically violated and stalked for many years. So for me, I use weight as a way to hide from men. Funny thing was, when I was much younger, I realised men like fat women too, which I thought was hilarious. But anyway, so that now isn't serving my highest purpose. So it's sort of like you get to a point where then you have to start going, okay, I know I'm consciously doing that for whatever reason, and now I need to really start to address that, And there's been many things in my life that I've had to address, but that's just another one, and we all have them, So that's my little message for you, babe. Let's see, so anyone else want a reading? Let's have a look here. Thank you. Bella, hello Bella. Okay guys, ask away because I'm here at your disposal. Oh, hang on, I missed one here. I sure can. Baspenhemo. That's a long name. Yeah, I do love readings. Oh, that's pretty rude. Hang on, it just seems that there's a lot of comments here that I've missed. Okay, so, hang on, what's going on here? Okay, so Baspenhemo, Baspenhim 0. I'll do a reading for you, love. I'm not very good at pronouncing different names, I mean, it's ridiculous, really, but, I wanted to be a translator when I was a young lady, but, I think that it'd be beyond me, to be quite frank. 3, 4, 5, 3. Okay, so this is for you, Aspenheim. Now, Queen of Swords. So this starts off with someone around you who is, it's a woman, although, well, yeah, it's a woman. So it could be someone who's a lawyer or some professional, someone who's very icy. I mean, because I often see the Queen of Swords as sort of a legal person, or it could be a professional as in a psychologist or whatever. But there's a professional woman who's quite serious. So that shows the first card. And if it was a partner, it would be someone who's very icy and probably not very pleasant. Now the Knight of Swords can be a male, but I usually see this as moving away from something, or maybe even with someone, but there's a movement out of a state that's been quite, isolating and feeling that you're alone. The next one's the Two of Wands, so it's wanting things on a more authentic level. So money in, money out, but like wanting authenticity, so your relationships to be authentic and, real. You don't want people to be basically full of crap anymore. Now, the Three of Wands is some sort of offer. So if this is in terms of work, there's some offer that's been made to you, or it's going to be made to you, and you're not sure if you want to take it or not. once again, this one is, there's a feeling of people, you know, talking about things around you that might not necessarily be true, and you're not wanting to buy into it, and that's a good thing. Also, your angels and guides have kept all the negative energy at bay, and at the moment you're feeling exhausted. So in that, though, this also is a hope card in that you can recover and move on from that. And there's some sort of battle. So if this is sort of talking more about a job situation, it's talking that, or saying that someone wants what you've got. So I usually see the wands as either, you know, a job situation, or whether it's a home, or whether it's wherever you put your passion. So someone wants what you've got and you're putting up a battle for it. But the Six of Wands talks about you've got it. So whatever the thing is that you want, you know, whatever the goal is of this job, or whatever where you're putting this passion, you are going to get it. And your peers are going to say you've done a good job. So, you know, job well done, basically. So that's your reading. So I hope that was helpful. I'm just reading here. Yep, thank you. Life is fantastic. Yep. Okay, who would like a card? Oop, it's gonna be. Oop. Okay, so if anyone would like a reading, just ask, or a card pulled. Sarah, cool love, I'll do one for you. Okay, so Sarah, for you, at the moment, you're being asked to choose. You've taken on too much, and you're asked to choose a path, okay? And of course, in this, I also see that you're probably feeling quite alone, and you feel like you really only have your guardian angels with you. The Star card is the hope card, but what this talks about is whatever the pain is that you've held in, once this is released, which is what we're doing now for everyone in general anyway, having moved from the third to the fifth dimensional energy, your guardian angels are watching over you, but when we let that out, right, we feel vulnerable, and we have, you know, we lose, well, feel emotion, if you like. But it's definitely a time where you're going to be moving forward. There's lots of dragonflies, so moving forward. So from this point, you can heal and move forward. Once again, the Magician is, there's a crossroads. So you're at a point in your life now where there's a definite crossroads. So you can sort of say that's a karmic thing. You know, we choose what we experience before we come here. So you're also being asked to take notice of your psychic, you know, guidance, if you like, you know, the angels and your guides and whatever. So whether it's a gut feeling, whether it's a headache if you're around negative energy, or, you know, whatever, you're starting to be asked to take more notice of that. Like from the age of 32 onwards, for me personally, I've had guidance continuously, and it's just, you know, thoughtful, not audible, just, I want you to do this, or do whatever. And of course, you know, you've got to check it out. It's like if they said, do you want to, you know, jump off the end of a cliff, I'd say, hell no. But, you know, if it's reasonable and you think it's going to benefit you, then why not try it? Okay, so choose well, you know, letting the pain out, moving forward, definitely. Crossroads at the moment, being asked to take notice of your guides more. Three of Cups means that even though you're feeling alone, and you don't feel that you have support in terms of, say, a partner physically, and we can have partners but still don't feel that we have their support, it's saying that your family and friends are around you and they're offering you love, but you're feeling sort of alone. Now, King of Wands comes up here, so this could either be a male around you, and because it's Wands, it could be to do with work, or it could be a partner or whatever, but there's a male around you. The Six of Pentacles shows some sort of money coming in that not from a normal source, so whether it's a loan or a gift or an inheritance or whatever. Now, the Death card comes in, which is the end of something, so something's finishing that hasn't worked, something new is in the future also, and actually yeah, so definitely some ending, but you've got people offering you things in the foreground, so there's something to be gained from this ending, and even if it's in terms of, you know, soul lessons, life lessons. Now, the Three of Swords, once again, this talks about whatever this inner pain is being released, and then healing can happen after that. And then the Three of Pentacles is some sort of offer of work or job, you know, job, money, whatever. So that's for you, and when I put the link in, you'll be able to play it back after if you can't. I mean, I know I talk fast sometimes. You can replay it, but okay, in terms of career, or rather life path, I'm getting yeah, so your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching and exercise, and as I said, movement brings in manifestation quicker, and it's saying you're able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. So this is why they're saying to you to start listening to your guidance, because you are getting answers but not necessarily recognising them. So that's yours, Dale. What else have I got here? So that was for you, Sarah. Okay, Meza, do one for you, Dale. Okay, so this is for Meza. Now, okay, the Wheel of Fortune. So there's some karmic change that is upon you. So in other words, whatever's happening, it would have happened no matter what, because it's a karmic thing. There's some battle, and whether this is a work situation, because I see that the Wands is usually work or where you put passion. So there's some sort of battle at the moment in regards to that. There's a King of Pentacles. Now, if this is so it's a male, so it could be, and if this is work, it could be someone at work, because he's holding a pentacle. We'll see what the other cards say to figure it out. Now, there's also a Knight of Wands, but that one sort of talks about, and because he's also a wand, I'm sort of feeling like this is more to do with work. He's moving, so whatever was happening in there that wasn't pleasant, or some sort of battle that you had, eventually I think you'll overcome that and you'll come out on top. But there's definitely movement forward there on, you know, Pegasus. Now, the Page of Pentacles is the beginning of a job or something that'll bring in money and bring growth. And the Page of Wands is also movement forward in terms of that. So I think this is sort of talking about work. So whatever's happening in terms of work, there's some sort of battle, but it's a karmic thing. And it looks like you'll definitely be moving forward. So whether there's another job in store, or, you know, a different level within that company or whatever, there's definitely movement, definitely moving forward regards to that. And let's have a look. Spiritual teacher. So you heal with your classes, sessions and seminars. So, you know, if you have a spiritual teacher, continue, because this is where you're going to get the healing from. And I know that's what I've done throughout my life. I've maintained that in the backdrop to keep myself sane, to keep myself moving forward and continuously healing myself, because you know, help to anyone else, especially like me having, you know, I'd had 2 kids, the best, you know, the best person you can be is their best option. So, and that goes for yourself as well. So I hope that helped a little bit, Dale. Okay, so Comedy Chantel. Let's have a look down. It's very sultry here in Broken Hill today. It feels like it's going to rain. It's all strange. Okay, so I need a new hip, so my back's hurting at the moment. Oh, the joys of having a physical body, I tell you. Okay, so for you, comedy, Chantel, we have the King of Swords. So that could be someone who's doctor, lawyer, maybe wanting justice over something. Things are icy and there may be arguments. It's showing a male. The King of Cups is the next one, so that's like also a male. So maybe there's some sort of legal matter to be had with this male. You've kept everything at bay in terms of negativity, and now, you know, the gods are asking you to choose the next step. The High Priestess is basically things aren't black and white. You've got the world in your grasp, but you're feeling dissatisfied. There is a little way to go, but there's a much brighter future ahead. Now, the Queen of Cups would be a woman around you who, or unless it's you, who's mystical, you know, into alternate therapies or that type of thing. Very magical sort of person, but much love there. Now, the Page of Cups is talking about loving yourself more, and I think the more we love ourselves, the less rubbish we'll accept from others. Been there, done that. Now, the Tower also is lightning changes in terms of how you think and what you... And don't forget, what we believe affects how we think, which affects how we feel. So when we change our beliefs, you know, upgrade them to where we're currently at, given that most of the beliefs we initially hold are given to us or fed to us by our carers and the society we're born into, once you change that to be more consistent with who you are now, then, you know, that changes how you feel about things because your beliefs support who you are now. So that's the Tower, and the World card is the last one, which means you're at an end of a cycle. So all your energies are balanced, but you're at the end of a cycle. Cycles often move in about 7 years. So, you know, whatever it is, you're getting to the end of that cycle. So start putting it into the universe now, what you actually want, you know, because they can't give us our heart's desires if we don't put it out there. Okay, does anyone else want a reading? Let's have a look. Put up there, yes please, if you want one. I'll just go back through, see if I missed one. So that was for you, Chantel. Pressing the wrong thing here. Hey Stephanie, would you like a reading? Thank you for joining anyway, everyone. I mean, this is only my second go at it, and the problem with me is I don't know what times are the most convenient for people, so it's sort of a bit tricky in that regard. Okay, so anyone wants a reading, just put your questions. Okay, let's have a look. I've got these new chakra cards, I'll have a look. Oh, who's this? Bad away? Okay, love, I must have missed yours, darling. Okay, so bad away. Look, it's pretty hard because you've got them all scrolling up and it's a bit sort of tricky. Okay. Okay, so for you, darling, just go back down there. Okay, Bella. That's a lovely name. Okay, Bella, this is for you, love. Okay, so the first card shows, if this is a work situation we're talking about, it's feeling complete exhaustion, that, you know, you're completely, you're so close to what you want, but you are completely exhausted. You've travelled a long way and you're feeling like this at the moment. You know, see, the golden fleece is the point of the pack, just within your grasp, but this is everything that you do, just pulling you down or labouring you down. So start, you know, delegating. Get other people to do things as well, because you don't have to do it all yourself. The Knight of Swords means some movement, so whether that's even moving, you know, where you live, or some sort of moving is signified by that. The Ace of Cups is a heartfelt wish, so whatever your heartfelt wish is, this is saying that you're going to get it. So I always think that's a complete blessing to have that. Now, the Ace of Pentacles is a new job or a new business, something new, so something you might be thinking about doing, or a new job, but often I see this as a business, not just a job. Now, the Four of Wands talks about, you know, in terms of your job, being told by your the people you work with, you know, how you're doing a fantastic job, and they're all supporting you, so that's good. Now, the next card's the Knight of Cups, so this is a male, someone who's romantic, emotional, you know, could be the love of your life, but the next card shows the Eight of Wands, which is a trip, so whether he's in terms of like work or not, I'm not sure, but if this is to do with work, it's at least travel, so travelling with someone. So, you know, who's to say you're not going on a trip with this person, or it could be for work, but you're definitely travelling over water with someone. So that's yours. Okay, I'll get in. Okay, so I've just been told to pull this card for you also, and it's saying connect with the universe. So give yourself permission to get away so that you can camp in the outdoors, swim in a river, lake or ocean, sit by an open fire, ride on horseback or ski down a mountain slope. Wherever you live, you're only a few hours or even moments away from being connected to the entire universe. And seriously, you know, so long as you're in nature and you've got your feet on the ground, you know, you're earthing, you get away from all the electrical appliances and phones and whatnot, then you can reconnect and realign with your natural cycles, you know. So that's for you, Bella. Okay, anyone else want a reading? Now, am I cool? Does that mean... Well, maybe you are, babe. Okay. Anyone else want a reading? I might have missed some here. Actually, Oscar, I do have a tattoo. I've got one on the top of my neck back here. I designed myself, which is... My name's Robyn, and I have two daughters, so it's quite a large... Like, it's quite big. A robin in the middle, and I have one robin one side and one robin the other, so one is one daughter and one is the other, so it's colour, so one's a little blue robin, one's a little purple robin. Okay, so I'm looking. Let's see, thank you so much. Good love, God bless you. Trevor? I don't know, I might do that. Someone's telling me to eat a garlic chicken drumsticks on live. I'll probably go and have lunch after this, actually. But I'll do it in private. Okay, so before I was told to pull a chakra card. Okay, I've just got told to pull 3. Rebirth, holistic health and relationships. So let's have a look what the book tells us. This is a new pack I haven't used before. So that's that. 2. I'll tell you, there are so many beautiful books out there that you can buy with so much information, and I just say to people, just follow what you come across, you know. usually Spirit leads you to whatever you need to know in that moment, you know, whether it's a book or a movie or a person or whatever. We all have our own paths, you know. So rebirth. So this is saying you have pulled this card as a sign that you are currently undergoing a rebirth, which we all are at this point in time. It is a powerful awakening and healing process that comes in many different forms and is a big part of your life's journey. So everything has a divine timing, nothing lasts forever. Things have a beginning and an end, a divine knowing when it's time to move, create, and time to be still. Something in your life is ending and something very positive is awakening within you. So this will be information relevant to people out there. And I mean, it's, you know, these readings, even though, you know, one person might ask for it, it may resonate with many, you know. So this is obviously what I've been guided to resonate with many, you know. So something's ending, something positive is awakening within you. So it's time to let go of anything that is not supporting you or serving you at this point as you open and receive new energies that are being offered. And that's come up in quite a few of the readings today. So moving beyond your comfort zone and into a new sphere of opportunity can be uncomfortable. And that's the thing. When we resonate at a particular energetic level, and when we move to another energetic level, like our vibration changes, because it's new, it doesn't feel normal. It feels sometimes even threatening. We just don't know what to do with it. But the thing is just to sit, let it happen, and eventually the things that don't align with that new, you know, vibration will fall away, and then newer things will come in. And that's what we're designed to do, you know. Just remember that you are guided and supported by the light of your soul and the universe, which brings positive change and experiences. You've planted seeds of new opportunity and have been nurturing them. And now it's time for them to sprout, grow and flower into existence. So be kind and gentle during this process and be sure, I mean, like I said before, you know, it's always one step forward, two steps back type thing, you know, but you get there eventually. So don't be afraid to water the seeds with love and graciousness. So you've been waiting patiently for this time of change and new beginnings to arrive, so bathe in its glory. So start something new or embark on a project you have been pondering over, and there's been a few of those today as well. There may also be some new inspiration coming through for you at this time. So take a moment to connect with your inner voice and listen to what your soul is sharing with you. You could also be birthing a new aspect of yourself. So whatever the process is for you right now, be sure to embrace this opportunity and enjoy the new energy that is available to you. And like with everything, affirmations bring in, so an affirmation literally is just something we have in our conscious mind. So if you say I am blah blah, I am blah blah a million times, then that's what you'll be. So because we're human and we're reactive, you know, we consciously think about the things that frighten us the most, the things we don't want. The trick is to not forget, but to push that aside and start affirming constantly the things that you do want. So if you're feeling afraid, you might affirm that, you know, I have the strength to cope with everything that crosses my path. Whatever it is, you know, you'll get your own guidance as per what words to use, because each of us has a different, you know, words mean different things for different people. So, you know, you'll be going from your own format, if you like. So the affirmation, I'm completely supported in my current rebirth and I'm open to the magic of the universe birthing within me. So I'll just see if there's any more questions first. Yeah. So if anyone else... Okay, Lady Vodka. Oh, hang on, there's one before you, doll. Okay, so... Shining Grain Bow... You know who you are, Shining Grey. Okay, I'll do you first, love, and then I'll do Lady Vodka. Okay. Whoops. You're doing all right. These readings, when I do readings from home, I do an hour, and it's $100 an hour. So some of these quite extensive. Okay. Okay, so shining grain, you know who you are. Alright, so the first one is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups talks about reminiscing about something from the past, either something you did or someone. It could mean someone's coming back into your life that previously left, but it's just reminiscing, thinking about things from the past at the least. Now, the Star is the hope card, so feeling vulnerable at the moment, and you know, there's emotion around you at the moment. You're moving forward, there's lots of dragonflies, your guardian angels are watching over you. Now, the Three of Cups means that at the moment you are feeling on your own and isolated, or at least on your own. You know, I used to sort of notice this more so when you've got someone who might not have a partner and they want one, but you know, their guardian angels, their family are giving them love, their guides are watching over them, but they're just feeling alone. Now, the King of Wands, this is a male, so he's you know, sturdy, money means, etc. Could be in a work situation because he's holding a wand, so there is a male there. Now, the Three of Swords is sort of like an inner pain that's being let out. There might be arguments there between a male and a female, two people, but the pain, once it comes out, can be healed. Now, the Moon is feeling of indecision, not sure which way to turn, so that's, I don't know if you can see that card there. So I'll have a look from... Okay, so thinking about someone from the past, reminiscing, letting out whatever the pain was, feeling vulnerable, feeling that you are alone but your family is supporting you. There is a male here, there is pain, so whether this pain is regarding this male, there is definite confusion, not sure which way to turn. In that moment, I wouldn't be making any major choices or decisions because you're not really in the right headspace. Five of Pentacles is walking away from home, so either a home or a job, and feeling depressed, which is psychologically the normal response to that. Once again, your angels are watching over you. Now, the Hierophant is a card where it could be contracts to be signed. It's wanting things more authentic, so if there has been inauthentic behaviour going on, you want things to be authentic, but there could be deeds or papers to be signed, walking away from what was quite tumultuous. You know, so whether this is actually a separation, could very well be, but you're moving away from whatever's been not so good in that, or a life that's been problematic. And this has been a karmic thing. So, you know, for example, my ex-husband and I, we were married only for a year, and you know, I separated, got divorced, but he and I had been together in, you know, say 2 or 3 prior lives. So in this life, the idea was that we were to separate and end that connection. So that was a karmic, you know, thing. So that's when I say that, that's what I mean. It's like you planned it before you came here. And often we choose the flip side of something we've been on before, or there's just some lesson we haven't got. You know, the earth is sort of like this place where we come and have these experiences as soul, when we're all together in the one, if you like. When people talk about the one energy, we're not separate. So when we come down here, we have an experience to be an individual. Okay, so that was for you, darling. So God bless you. Now, Lady a la Vodka, let's have a look. Okay. Okay, lady, we have the Page of Wands is moving forward, so it could be a job, because to me Wands is sort of where you put your passion, or a job, so there's definitely movement forward with that. There's the Four of Swords, which is a retreat, so if things have been hectic and you're at a point in your life where you need to back away and look after yourself. That's sort of talking about that type of thing. Or it could be, it can represent some sort of operation. But at the very least, it's having time away from, the fast pace of life, if you like. Now, there's something coming up, something you want to try that's new that you're not sure about, or some situation you're not sure about. It will bring growth and hopefully a brighter future, but definitely growth. Now, there's a Knight of Pentacles here, so this is a male, someone who's quite grounded, earthy, likes the country and that sort of thing. Could be a farmer or a teacher or someone like that. The Empress is a card that talks about cycles, and particularly women's cycles, and this could also represent birth, so birthing of something new, so whether it's a baby or just something new that you're going to try. The Eight of Swords talks about having kept everything at bay in terms of negativity, people, situations, whatever, but at the moment your gods or angels are saying, okay, choose the next step. So choose the next step. Page of Cups is loving yourself more. So right now the universe is saying to love yourself more, appreciate what you have. The next card is you're at the end of a cycle. So everything's in balance at the moment. So at the moment you're complete in terms of yourself and your energy. And the Eight of Pentacles talks about some sort of job where, whether this is a new job, but it'll bring in money and bring growth and, move you forward. So, okay, I'll just get here. I've been told to pull a... Alright, so I've just been told to pull these 3 cards for you, doll. So we have nutrition. You conduct healing work with your culinary skills. And I know I used to do a lot of healing and cooking as well. I've done it in all sorts of things, artwork, cooking, hands-on, you name it, sort of thing. And you can pass on your energy to people in cooking. Heart's desires. The angels are supporting, guiding and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. So, yes, that's fantastic. And so instead of worrying, talk to your angels and ask for divine guidance. So anyone that comes to see me, at the end of the day, I tell them, whatever your problems are, ask your angels. If there's something you're not sure about, something I used to do was I'd go to bed at night and say, can you show me the truth of the matter in a dream? And hopefully, and I have gotten stuff, or, you come across a conversation, someone spits something out and you go, oh, you don't sort of let them know that you actually wanted that information, but somehow the information comes to you, and if you need help, ask. They don't interfere or intersect on our behalf unless we ask them, so do that every night or every time you feel like you need a hand. Okay, so does anyone else like a reading? Just put in a little comment. Oh, hang on, here's one. What do you do reading of? I want to know if my mum's still here. 31st of January. Okay, so this is for new account Tay Stoner. Okay. Our parents or anyone that we love can be around us immediately from passing. In fact, sometimes when you have people who are in homes and they're old and, actually I think she's around me now because I'm feeling like I want to cry. Often when people are in homes, when they're at death's door, they're actually here on the other side at the same time. And when they pass, they can be with you 24/7. Like, from the perspective of a medium, it can be quite embarrassing to think, oh my God, I'm having a romantic moment. Is my mother in the room, So, they're with you always. Just talk to her. She'll give you a sign. Only you will know what the sign is, because like for me, say when my dad passed, and things weren't resolved when my dad passed over, but there was the symbol of the ladybird. So that's why, I have ladybird as my email address. But I will see ladybirds in the most strange places. When I was studying, I'd be sitting there, and then all of a sudden I'd see one on the corner of the page, or, you know, I'd be in some place where, you know, I wasn't outside, and then all of a sudden I might see one crawl across here, or bizarre, you know, corner of my computer, or, you know, whatever. But go to do some spiritual work at someone's house, and it's on next to the doorbell, you're going to press the doorbell. So, you know, for my sister, for her, it's a Kwangdong seed. So, you know, it'll be only something that's special to you. So everybody has something. But, you know, talk to your mum. She'll be there wanting to connect, and they can come in and out at any time. And it's not like they're there 24/7. I mean, they only really do that if they're worried about you, you know. And I've had, you know, children come through. I've had animals come through to send love to their family and tell them they're okay, you know, all the time. I've had, you know, a door open, someone walks through and then door closed, they go back out the other side, or whatever. But I mean, whatever, you'll notice. Either you'll notice things shift, you'll notice smells, there'll be something that will appear, whether it's a 5-cent coin or whatever, but you will find there'll be something. Whether it's a song on the radio that, you know, your mother liked or loved, or you, I don't know, there'll be something. If you just open your heart and open your eyes, you'll find there'll be definite messages. But when we're in pain, we don't always see them, you know, straight away, because, you know, we're in pain. Pain and depression and all the negative emotions block our connection to source. So, you know, let's just have another look here, darling. Okay, so does anyone else want a reading? I'm just going through. Oh, okay, despair. Sorry about that. Okay. So I think I've gone through most of these here. I mean, Spirit has a definite sense of humour, I have to say. Someone's got on here. How many burgers a day, love? No, I'm afraid I only eat good food. I mean, you know, when the kids were young, of course, we did the burger thing, but don't do it now. Okay, we did that one. Alright, so I can't see any new ones there. Right, so the second card I got before chakra card was holistic health. So, and I'm the sort of person, I believe in both, that one works with the other, but at the moment, as we all know, there's a lot of garbage out there. Oh, hang on. Seems to be, these comments seem to come up in bunches. Hang on, I'm just going to scroll through. Sorry. Yeah. Shining Grain, God bless you, babe. Been there. Oh, you lost him. Oh. Well, if he's on the other side, he'll be with you 24/7, love. What are my pronouns? Oh, Robyn, it's my name. I don't think I really have any pronouns. I don't sort of think of myself like that. Yeah, it's funny how they can be with you so much in spirit, so much more than life, because they can go absolutely everywhere with you. Okay, Michael, I'll do one for you, love. And there's someone around me for you. I don't know if it's a mother figure or someone of that age. So this is for Michael. Now, where did I put one? Yeah, there. Right. Okay. And and that's Michael 67625 blah blah, you know who you are. Right, so once again we have the Queen of Swords, which is a female who could be icy, could be a professional person, a lawyer, a psychologist, or someone who's just professional, you know, very sort of don't touch me. Could be someone at work. Okay, the Five of Wands is there's some battle going on for something, so whether it's a home or a job or something, there's a battle, someone wants what you've got, so you're fighting over that at the moment. At the moment, it shows that you're in a state of, like, the Hanged Man is literally what it looks like. It's hanging around, it's waiting for an outcome. I used to absolutely hate this card when I got this for myself, but, you know, it's the hiatus between what's happening and what the result is. Now, you've had a battle with somebody, you've got control over that battle. The Two of Pentacles is money in, money out, balancing act. So then there's a heartfelt wish you have at the moment. So whatever that heartfelt wish is, it says you're going to get it. In terms of work, you're being told, well, you're being supported by your peers. So they're all around you, they're rallying around you. There's some sort of trip, whether it's to do with work. I mean, given this is sort of looking like it could be work, that's the card. So that's like, could be with somebody, but it's over water. There's some sort of trip. So if that's to do with work, that's what it is. The Two of Swords, there's something at the moment, some friction around you, and you don't want to listen to it, you don't want to hear it. But so you know, it mightn't be your own. It could be, you know, I've had people come in, it could be their, you know, someone in their family having it out with their spouse or whatever, but there's definitely some sort of friction around you that you don't want to listen to. Now, the Chariot means moving into a more mature stage, and it's still movement forward. I mean, at the very base thing, it could be travel plans being, you know, stymied, or there's some sort of problems with travel plans, you know. Could be something gone wrong with a car maybe, but that's travelling, it's movement, but there could be some problems with that. Things aren't black and white, but it's moving into a more mature phase. Six of Swords is moving away from the tumultuous life that you've had. You know, you're covered in your spiritual protection, but you're standing strong and you're moving forward. So you're moving forward to calm waters. And the Queen of Pentacles is a woman around you. So whether this is a work situation or a woman in general, very generous, loving, you know, it could be to do with work, but this is the card. So there is a woman around you. Okay, so I'm being told. Okay, so it says animals, artist, and time to decide. So it says you understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. Engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career and every other area of your life, and time to decide. So make a decision based on your heart's true desires. So that's the thing, you know, we often make decisions coming from logic, and unfortunately that doesn't, you know, pacify our hearts, if you like, you know. So we have to live with the decisions we make. So I always tell people, you know, choose what you can live with. Choose something that you enjoy if you can, because, you know, life's short. So, okay, so I hope that helped. Michael, that was for you. Jamie, I'll do one for you, love. Okay, so Jamie's saying me. Love you both, thank you. Okay, so this is for you, Jamie. Okay, so we have some sort of job offer, more than one possibly, so that's great. A hope card, so moving beyond whatever's been causing you pain. Moving away from something or leaving something, whether it's a job or a home. I mean, it's got the pentacles on here, so it could be a job, but you're moving away from something and feeling a bit depressed about it. But, you know, that's okay because, like I said, we're now being led to what our true path is. So walking away from this means you're walking away from a lot of heartache and you know, problems you don't need, basically. There's been a lot of arguments and you've been protected, but you're resonating at a higher level now, so you're moving away from that. Now, the Wheel of Fortune means this is a karmic thing, so once again, you couldn't have changed it. You could not have changed the outcome. You were meant to walk away. Now, the Knight of Wands is movement, and he is holding the wand, so I would say it's definitely moving away from a job. The next one is the Sun, so that's the most beautiful card you can get in the pack, that sort of says joy and love and good times and all the happy things. So moving away from that problematic part of your life is going to bring in higher vibrations and a much better time. Now it's saying to take the qualities of the Emperor, take things into your own hands, new ways of thinking and being, but be in control of your own stuff. The Justice card is also, could be a legal card, so you're wanting justice, things aren't black and white. Okay, so you've got a keen eye. And the Lovers card is the last one, so there's a choice, some sort of choice there to be made. And you know, just, you know, if it's a job, look at the fine print. If it's a person, how do you feel with each party? However you feel the most authentic and the best with, well, then that's probably a good choice. So that's for you, love. That's your reading. Okay, let's have a look. I've got no idea on the time. I think I've gone over my hour. Let's have a look. There is another side. Someone who doesn't believe in afterlife. I do. I've had too many experiences. Okay, so Jamie, too many, and experiences that I could not explain. Can you do my mum, Marcia? She's desperate. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and my thing is also, I don't care what other people think. I'm just going from my own experiences. And people are entitled to believe what they believe. I've got no argument with that. But people cannot also then tell me what I believe, you know, so whatever. That's okay. There's enough room in this big world for us all. I mean, people have believed in all of this stuff since time began. But, you know, that's why I suppose that's why we have pages. We have particular sites to go through for like-minded folk, you know. I'm not interested in trucks. I don't go to truck sites, you know. I mean, it's just, you know, whatever your interest is, that's where you go. And for the ones that don't, well, nobody's asking you to watch, you know. Okay, so this is for Marcia. Okay, love, this is for you. Okay, so at the moment, you're in a situation where you're feeling dissatisfied. You're holding a pomegranate in your hand. This is the picture. And what that is you know the meaning of life. You're at a point where, you know, you've been through all of these things and you know what's what. You know, people can't put anything over you. But things aren't always black and white. There is a grey area. So there's a little way to go, but you have a much brighter future. Now, the Eight of Pentacles talks about a job, so there's work and there's, you know, money that's going to be coming in, there's growth in this situation. The Page of Cups is learning to love yourself more, okay? So when you love yourself more and appreciate yourself for the beautiful soul that you are, then you're not going to accept negative behaviour from others, such as the people on this page who've said negative things. Now, the Four of Swords talks about a time out, a retreat, or it's like if you are feeling disconnected and discontented, go on some sort of retreat or a getaway or something. Feed your soul. You know, when you feed your soul, you have more energy and you recharge your batteries. So things have been hellish and tumultuous in your life. There's one little challenge coming up, but once you get over that, it's home sailing. Like if you look at this picture, see how there's the little, where are we? There's those rocks there, but then beyond that, you've got calm water, you know, and this could be in a job situation because the wands often represent job. Two of Wands, money in, money out, but wanting, you know, there to be peace. Could be some contracts there. Ten of Swords, you're feeling exhausted, but you can move on from this now because this is a hope card, and you can heal from this. The Hermit means stepping back and cutting from your life the people that don't no longer serve you. You know, like I as a rule of thumb, you know, if you have people around you that when you see them they make you go in the gut, or that you get a headache, or you want to just run 100 miles, cut them out of your life. I mean, they're not serving you any positive purpose, energetically speaking. So, and unfortunately, if it's family or people that have been close to you, you just sort of start to pull back. Set boundaries. A lot of us don't set boundaries. Now, the Queen of Wands is either you or someone around you, so a very generous person. It could be someone at work, but very strong, loving, generous. This is that person. And at the moment, you're feeling like you have taken on too much. So what you want is just so close, but you're exhausted. So that's saying, you know, start delegating to other people, get people to help out. You know, you don't have to take everything on yourself. And, you know, women particularly, I think, do that anyway, or they try to. But when it starts to wear you down and make you unwell, it's not worth it. And then the last card ends on the Knight of Cups. So this is a male, so I'm not sure of your age, but it could be a son or because it's not a king. I think if you know, you're at that age, it might be a son or a younger male around you. And I say that, you know, like 20s, etc., 30s. But anyway, so there's someone around you who's romantic or artistic or loving, generous, emotional, but there's a male around you. So that was your reading. Okay, let's get... Okay, so this is saying there's grief. So this, you know, if you're experiencing grief at the moment, you know, if you've lost someone or lost a son or whatever, just know that's a normal human cycle. And, you know, there are plenty of places you can go to get help with that. And, you know, if you have lost a person, they are with you all the time. You know, just talk to them from your heart, you know, and just look for signs because they give them. You know, honestly, if we could see what was around us, it's quite funny actually. You know, you go into a room as a medium, and if it's full of spirit, all of a sudden it gets really hot. You can hardly breathe, you know, because there are people there that to many are unseen. Even to psychics, you know, we can sometimes feel them but not see them. So it's so interesting. Let's have a look. No worries, Jamie. Now, did I do one for you, Tash? Tash, can you just put up if I did one for you already? And then there's Tanya. So many. Okay. Now I'm not sure if I did Tash or not. I don't think I did. Okay. Jane Marie, yeah, exactly. Like I say, you know, I was guided to do this at this time, so anyone tuning in, even if it's not a reading specifically for you, we often, you know, I follow the tarot readers myself on TikTok, and that so many are so right in that moment. So it's whatever you come across, you know. If you're meant to hear something, then you do, you know. Oh my gosh, there's so many here, I can't. Alright, so there are some funny people in here. Okay, salty sweetness. Do a reading for you, love. Okay, so this is for salty sweetness. Okay. There are some funny people, I tell you, that join in these things. I haven't worked out how to make it so it's only people that are on following me. So whatever. Okay, so Four of Swords. So this is retreat, getaway, time to step back and feed your soul, basically. Unless there's an operation around at the moment, like some medical procedure, that could be part of it. Feeling exhausted, hope card, a time of healing. You've fought so many battles lately. Something new's coming up, and you might feel silly about trying it, like me doing this, but it will bring growth and a brighter future. Now, there's some regret about something that's happened in the past, and whether it happened or not doesn't matter, because whatever was spoken about, there was a reaction, and this person's fled, and the other person's feeling, you know, sorry. So there's a loss of emotion and regret. There's love to be shared around you, and there may be some things that you're hoping for in terms of love. Now, in terms of money, there's some sort of gift or whether it's a payout or whether it's a bank loan, or it's money that is not coming from the normal, you know, your normal revenue, if you like. There's some sort of job offer also. So there's some job offer coming up, but you're not sure whether to take it or not. And walking away from something that you love. So there's something, it's not necessarily a job or you know, only you yourself know what that is, but there's having walked away from something and feeling depressed and down about it, which is, like I said, a normal psychological response to that. Okay, so this is, okay, speaker, creative expression and support are the life path cards I've been told to pull out for you. So your life purpose involves your skills of oration, so talking, sharing. Your soul longs to express itself creatively, so maybe even writing. Your life purpose fully supports you. So basically, the trick is when we find what our life purpose is, then that will support us in terms of living and life and whatnot, because once we resonate with it, especially if it, you know, like if it's our life path, we enjoy doing it, so it's not a job, if you know what I mean. So that's yours, salty sweetness. I hope that was okay. Let's have a look. Trevor Spice. Yeah, I can do one for you, Trevor. Sorry for any that I've missed, that it's very hard to follow, especially when you've got lots of people putting naughty comments on there. Thank God I've got a sense of humour. Right, so this is for Trevor Spires. Okay, so we start off with the Three of Swords, which is basically some pain that you've pushed down will be coming up shortly. A Knight of Cups is around you, so whether it's you or someone around you, there's this male who might be, romantic, loving, etc. There's a Page of Pentacles, so if this is maybe in a job situation or it's to do with money, there's growth to be had, so it's something new. The Five of Pentacles has been walking away from something, so whether it was a home or a job, feeling depressed about it. Now the Chariot means that there's delays in travel and or something at the moment, moving into a much more mature stage of life. There's a Queen of Pentacles around you. Being that it's Pentacles, could be a job, I'm not sure, but she's very strong, she's loving, protective. You've got the Five of Swords, which talks about choosing, so you've got to choose the next path. The Ace of Wands talks about, now, I mean, it could be the beginning of a new job, but usually I see this as now you have all this massive new energy coming through. You know, the world is in your grasp. You have what you want, which is the golden fleece. You know, it shows a king holding the staff. So, you know, you've got all this amazing creative energy. So it's time to use it. King of Swords also could be, so they've got there's a lot of kings in this one. King of Swords, so there's some sort of balance here that needs to be, or that you want. Or it could be a professional person, a banker, a legal person, a psychologist, whatever. But there's someone who's quite, you know, they're a professional in that they're not, you know, lovey-dovey. And then it ends with the King of Cups. So if this is you or another male around you, it would be someone who's romantic and loving, could be emotional, could be very, you know, artsy or into drama, theatre, that type of thing. So that's your reading. And okay, so the life path here is freedom. So you're free to do what you choose. So whatever happens, it's your choice. So go well in the choosing, love. So that's yours. Good luck. Okay, so I'll do you in a minute, Michael. I'll do Tanya first. There's a Tanya here. Okay, Tanya Allen. Okay, so I'll do yours, Tanya. Okay. I'll do Tanya, and then I'll do one more, and then I'll close it off for today, love. Okay, so obviously when you do readings, I mean, you know, we're all human, we're all resonating at a certain level as a consciousness, so it's not unheard of that we're all having very similar experiences. So when I pull a reading for somebody, this is the angels giving me what cards to pull out, but don't forget there are only however many cards in a pack, and it tells a story, and it's just a message, a heads up for that person. But like I said, so many of us we're human. We all have similar experiences. We all do work. We all have lives, partners, children, whatever. We love, we lose people, whatever. It's all very similar. So it does sound like it is on a loop, but so long as there's something in it for that person who the reading is for, then that's what matters. It's not to entertain everybody else. If a person gets a reading, it's for them, It's no one else's business what they get. So that's just how it works. Okay, so for Tanya, we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, so some battle at the moment. Once again, this is dealing with wands, which could be a work situation. You have to love yourself more at this time. So there's the beginnings of that. You're starting to appreciate yourself more. So you're moving in terms of work, moving forward. There may be gossip around you at the moment, and things might feel icy. So I'd be, just biting your tongue on some things, because maybe there are people around you that you could be confiding in that really aren't as friendly as you think, Now the Knight of Swords could be some physical move, like moving residence. Once again, there's been something that's gone down that there's, something's been put out there that was not necessarily true. So there's regret over that, and there's been some loss of emotion or feelings of love. At this point, you're feeling exhausted. Angels held everything back in terms of all the negativity you've had to deal with, but now's a time of healing. Once again, get out into nature and give to your soul, give to yourself, rejuvenate, regenerate, your energy. Moving away from something that you love, something that will cause you to feel, depressed about, but that's a normal human response to that. In that, you're feeling alone. Your family are trying to support you at this time with love and comfort, but you're just still feeling alone. Your guardian angels are around you. Your guides are watching over you. Now, at the moment, there are some contracts that are going to be signed, or there's contracts in the air, and at the moment you're feeling confused. So I would say just take your time and look at the fine print and maybe hold it off for a bit, because when we're in that mode, we're not thinking clearly. So I would just take my time with anything like that until you're ready. Okay, so now this card I was told here to pull out for you is attract peace, not conflict. So vow to have fewer conflicts in your life. You came from no conflict, so you can return there and know heaven on earth by refusing to have your inner world conflicted by anyone, anytime. So affirm over and over, I attract peace, not conflict. So definitely. Okay, so I'm also getting here for you body work. Your life purpose involves body work, such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. And just in general, if you're not meant to, say, do that on other people, in terms of relaxation and moving negative energy, healing work will do that. Massage, personally I don't like hands-on massage. I prefer energy healings on myself, and exercise. All of those things will help eliminate stress. So I hope that was okay for you, love. So that was for you, Tanya. And the last one I'll do today is, where are you? Hang on. Michael, that's it. Okay, so Michael says you're struggling. Okay, so this is for Michael, and then I'll have to end it today because I think I've been on air for quite a while. 6, 2, Okay, so Michael, this talks about either a traineeship or something that's you're doing at the moment where you're feeling a bit like whoever you're working with isn't like sharing or being calm, or you're sort of holding, and sometimes that can be like skills, not teaching you properly, but there's something in terms of work or study or a traineeship where you're feeling that whoever it is over you, watching you, isn't giving you all the information you need. Now, the Emperor means that you've got the world in your grasp, you have a keen eye. Lightning strikes are the way we think. So lightning strikes mean new ways of thinking. You've got lightning, the ability to think quickly on your feet, Now, at the moment, there's a karmic change about to happen. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. So we'll see what the other cards say to see what's happening there. So the Hanged Man, so it's not happened yet. There's a time of waiting before this happens. The Eight of Wands, and if it is to do with work or where you put your passion, there's a journey over water, and this journey is going to be moving away from whatever this negative feeling is, this angst, which has been a karmic happening. And the Magician is talking about a crossroads. So there's a crossroads for you. So it's definitely something related to work. There's something about now you pulling in all these your elements to do with strength and control, and really putting out to the universe what you want. There's some karmic change that's about to happen, not quite yet, but it's coming. There's definitely some sort of travel over water, and this will take you to a much more calm state. You've left all the bad stuff behind and you're at a crossroads. So in terms of okay, so it says keep your life simple. So keeping your life simple means having faith that your spiritual connection flourishes in a life dedicated to joy, love and peace. If your daily activities are so overwhelming that you don't make these things your priority, you're disregarding the value of living a simple life. I mean, my teacher years ago just said keep it simple. When you talk to people, keep it simple. In that way, people can be less likely to misconstrue what you're saying, I mean, when we're younger, though, I think, we're looking for things that are exciting, but when you get older, you really, it's not that important. Okay, so I've just picked out a couple of cards here. So your life is enhanced by stretching and exercise. So like I said before, movement, especially in nature, moving your head and your body moving your body moves your headspace. School, the answer that you're seeking involves going to school. And I mean, I know for me, I started back in my 30s, 40s and 40s. So, and justice. Your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. So God bless you, darling. Okay, so thank you all for joining me. I'll have to go now. I'll come on another time. Thanks to all the beautiful people that follow me and all the, like-minded souls that believe, that there is an afterlife, that we do have angels, that they're here, to help us, and for all the ones that, wanted to take the piss, well, good on ya. But, I'm not here for that. So God bless all of you, and I'll see you next time.